All right, new day, new project. We decided to test fit my new motor because I got all the goodies on the way now. But our biggest concern was back here. I have a custom up pipe. Yeah, slap that. And we weren't sure how close she was gonna run to the trans. And so we're literally working with about, here.
Half an inch or so.
Let me grab it.
Yeah, so you can see most times they come off this way. His has been modified this way.
And
Back in the day, he just had a no external wastegate up pipe.
It's a big 44 millimeter external wastegate. So I mean the housing is like huge. And so this is how close we're gonna be running with everything.
So nice and tight up to the trans there.
And then the screamer will go down.
And the dump pipe obviously will be going down there. You can see it.
Yeah. But it was close.
Should be a tight fit though, and be perfect though.
It's gonna be interesting with the downpipe. But that shouldn't be a huge problem.
Yeah, the downpipe shouldn't change much.
But it's cool to see this thing in the car.
Oil feed line underneath there. Yeah, motor.
So I was able to get, I got a competition or ACT clutch, full radium fuel system. So we got fuel rails, fuel lines, Cobb front mount, and then we're also going to be doing this cylinder 4 cooling mod. Get a Dom Tune cylinder 4 cooling mod. Those are like probably the most essential, or that cylinder 4 cooling mod is going to be like the most essential like cooling based mod
piece of the puzzle. Yeah.
So that's kind of the situation right now. We're just waiting for the clutch and stuff like that. But I didn't know if I was going to need to buy a new up pipe it's configured a different way from like, well, Grimspeed I don't think makes.
Yeah, I was showing him when you were grabbing it. But yeah, his goes off toward the trans, and most external wastegate up pipes come off to this side. It's kind of hard to see, but he's got a Grimspeed up pipe that we had to custom fit like 7 years ago.
Yeah,
when he did this
external.
external.
It still works because I think I saved like $400 or $500 back in the day on a name brand up pipe with an external wastegate bung. So it's all pretty. All the black looks really good. I need to get the manifold powder coated, but it's nice to know that with one thing we were able to power through and get it to fit correctly. So that's the update for today.
Yeah, and she's back down toward the ground.
Yeah, we'll get the motor back out, put it on a stand.
Yeah, just a test fit. At least it fits
now
though.
We can do the cylinder 4 cooling mod, put the clutch on when that comes in, and then fit a very, very pretty Cobb front mount to this car.
Going right into that Cobb turbo.
Yep. I didn't even think about that when I ordered
it. Cobb to Cobb.
Yeah, Cobb to Cobb. So
yep.
It'll be funny if it doesn't fit very well.
A little bit more Cobb goodies.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna get her back on the stand, and then I'll show you what's going on. Because we also got we finally got the pickup in. So.
Oh yeah.
Pickup's in.
Pan is on. You can't really see it down there, but yeah, the pan pickup are in.
Yeah.
Sealed, ready to go. Headers are mounted, torque to spec.
TGV deletes, they're over there.
Got the inlet, obviously same manifold, but he's gonna have a different color. And then his billet TGV deletes there.
Lots of shit that needs to get powder
lots of stuff that needs to be. It's been a little while since we've been in. So last video, was kind of just a touch up on what we were doing with the car. Mostly just been driving it, getting a feel for the car, seeing how it runs, adjusting things as we go. Since dyno day, we haven't had any problems as far as drivability. Literally, it's like perfect, but again, it doesn't make much power. Came in, changed out like the intake for a bigger filter. It was making some screeching noises. It is, what's the speed density tube, so the intake tube doesn't really matter. Obviously, we put some garnishes on there, or some covers. Engine bay wise, haven't really done a ton. Got the audio wired up into the car. So got the whole audio block over there. Temporary, again, everything we're doing is going to be temporary for right now. Once we do the front clip and wrap the car, we'll kind of like button everything up 100%. Oh, they're gonna change everything from Robert's old car. So the gold manifold over there and gold valve covers. I don't know where the heads are, but they're somewhere over there.
Oh, the heads are right there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna touch this valve cover up. Believe it or not, that's high temp gold paint, and it's lasted all of like 7 years now. It just needs to be touched up because it's obviously got like scratches and wear and tear, and same with the valve covers. But that high temp paint definitely held up really well. I tried my best to like match it to like those old gold Brembos, and so we're trying to really like recreate my engine bay how it was before, with like, he'll have a front mount and a different turbo obviously, but my manifold, and then my valve covers, and then like red garnishes around everything. I don't know if we're gonna keep them that color or if we're gonna try to get like rid of the blue stuff.
Yeah, because all the coupler pipe or all the piping coupler pieces are blue.
But from my old engine bay, which I'm replacing, I have turbo inlets, radiator hoses,
Red stuff.
yeah, all the red stuff. So I think it would be pretty cool. I like the way that my engine bay was last time. Yeah, it looks super sick. And then eventually, once you get your new hood and stuff, maybe we could do some sort of decal underneath.
Underneath the hood.
Yeah, like I did.
Speaking of gold.
Oh yeah.
Them wheels, yo. So we had the RPF ones on here. They came on the scrap car, and they were spray painted red, as you guys saw a million times in the videos. They're pretty ugly. These were on my Spec B, and I've always been curious to see what they would look like, and here they are.
Yeah, they look a lot better than those spray painted red ones. They're nothing real or anything like too crazy, but they are a lot cleaner than the red wheels. And this obviously gives us the opportunity to have those wheels off properly, powder coat them, get, you know, like minute details down to like, we were trying to find the NK
OEM caps.
Yeah, the center caps, and then like on the original wheels they have like 2 NK stickers on both sides. I wanted to find those as well. So it'll be like a nice glossy black RPF one. Nothing crazy, but just something like really clean to either put back on this, or can you run it on, is the spec 5x100?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah, they're both 5x100.
Well, yeah, I didn't know because these are double cut.
No, both 5x100.
So it'll just be like 2 clean wheel options for both the cars. He can swap back and forth, but the red absolutely had to go. It was like,
And it was ugly red.
it was really, yeah, it was really ugly red. They were scratched up. The wheel woods create a lot of brake dust too, so like the fronts would turn black after a couple days anyways. So this bronze is just clean, and like it's just another clean example of like how this car looks. But today we're trying to, actually I'll let Austin kind of tell you guys what we're trying to do.
Pinch welds. Pinch welds, pinch welds, pinch welds. People, don't jack up your car on the pinch weld. It's not meant for it. It really isn't.
Nope.
Example, let's take a look at the bottom of this car here. As you can see.
Hold on, let me get this
Get down
down. Yeah, if I can.
Yeah, it's terrible on this side. Holy smokes, I forgot how bad that was.
Let me adjust. Okay.
So as you can see, this is the only section of the entire pinch weld on this car that is left facing down. Everything else has been smashed up. Floor jack's been used here incorrectly, and in fact, like you saw in our first video, the floorboard itself on this car had been crunched. Use your jacking points, rear diff, front cross member. Don't jack up on the pinch welds.
And using jack stands, they're all the same. If you can find a good like frame point to put the jack stands on, then, I mean, newer cars, it's a little bit different because like obviously there hasn't been corrosion or any type of outside source. So like usually you can get away with the jack stand, but with these older cars that might have rust or corrosion or the materials breaking down, it's really important to find a better source to jack the car up. And a lot of times it's safer because let's say you were to have that under and it would, you know, bend or whatever when you're under the car, that could harm you. So what I figured out on my car, because mine were not as bad, but pretty damn close to how bad his was I actually was able to pull all of mine back down. So this is kind of our reference point of like if we can do it. And I kind of wanted to show everybody, you know, this is probably the worst, I'd say one of the worst condition pinch welds that we've seen. Yeah, like
even from that brown car, it was rusty, but the pinch welds were
like
still
even
there.
the rocker panel is bent up. It wasn't that bad on my car, but mine was pretty much completely folded all the way down. So I went through, bent it all back into shape, and then I actually wire wheeled the entire thing. And then that's primered and bed lined. So it'll add a little bit of tensile strength to it, but it also makes it a lot cleaner. And the issue that we're having on both cars was the pinch weld was keeping us from putting the side skirts on. So we're gonna do our best to kind of like walk you through how we figured out how to do this. I'm gonna teach Austin because I just got bored one morning and decided to do it on my car. It's pretty simple. I think all you're gonna need is a set of good vice grips. You're gonna want like 2 sets. All right, let me grab everything out and then I'll show you what we're gonna use. All right, so this should be about everything that you need. You'll probably need 2 hammers, but this is pretty much everything that I use to do it on my car, minus, you know. So you'll have the wire wheel. That'll give you the ability to clean everything up. And then hammer, chisel for points that are so smashed that you can't get like a pair of vice grips or anything like that in. You'll just be able to like smash it in, bend it down, smash it in, bend it down. And then these are kind of like your anchors. So if you're trying to not have the whole thing wrinkle, this will give you like a flat enough edge to like bend off of with the vice grips. So we'll get started and then we'll start showing you progress as we go along. How's it going?
It's all right. A lot of wrinkles, you know.
A lot better than it was.
Way better. Looks way better. Just sucks that they like down there and right here like actually crunched the pinch weld into the rocker.
Yeah.
It's like, damn it.
If we could find a way to grab it and pull it back down.
Yeah, it's just this whole section from right here is pushed up fucking so far, and then right here is just creased in the middle.
Yeah. But that's the best thing is like
luckily the side skirts just cover everything.
Yeah, the side skirts should.
In there, so.
But it'll just be nice, clean, you know, not crunched into the body anymore. This was a pretty crappy shell when we got it, so it's little things like this that help quite a bit. Alright, so Austin's jacking it up right now. I wanted to update you guys on the pinch weld stuff, yeah. By the time we got his side skirts on and everything fitted, it was dark. So, pinch weld's not perfect. Obviously, there was like significant damage on the back, but we were able to get them at least straight. So, what I'll show you is, here, if you can see. Now, I mean, this whole area was crunched flat. We were able to get it pried back over and completely flat enough. So now this will meet up with it. And the side skirt actually fits really well. All we had to do was throw a riv nut in with a bolt. And then it literally popped in like factory on both sides. No problem there. And it looks a lot better with side skirts. It definitely needed it. I mean, it needs a lot of things, but it's nice to know that at least the factory side skirts fit.
Yeah, well, the factory stuff works.
So the other thing I guess we can update you guys on is we ran into a couple leaks. His headers are leaking.
Yep.
To his up pipe and his heads. And then, what is it, this valve cover?
Both valve covers leak.
That valve cover looks pretty clean.
The back of the driver valve cover and then the bottom corner of this valve cover. Trust me, it's both of them. I've looked.
Oh yeah, I can kind of see a little drip
The
there.
driver you can't really see, but the passenger you can see it's been dripping.
Yeah, so he needs to do some valve covers. That's really not that big of a deal. And then we're gonna do all new gaskets on the whole exhaust. That needs to be done. Oil change obviously needs to be done. This filter needs to be swapped out to a Subaru and throw some Motul in there. But besides that, I mean, that painted transmission that we did isn't leaking. This whole thing's been pretty damn solid. Won't you have STI control arms to put on this too?
Yeah, STI control arms, catless downpipe, the F52, 1050cc injectors. I have a bunch of stuff.
Wait, is that? Oh yeah, the cat's up there.
Yeah, the cat's up in the, like, on the actual downslope. It's weird.
Oh. And then over here, TGVs are bolted on, but we might be doing something different with that now. And then oil pan is done. Everything underneath, like gaskets, all that stuff is finally done. I got my pickup in, so that was what we were waiting for there. Now we just need fuel system stuff and my clutch. We test fitted everything like we showed you. That fits very well. We removed my front bash beam so that when I get my front mount intercooler, we can stick that on, and it has its own bash beam that actually fits the intercooler to the car. Yeah. But wanted to give you guys an update on this because obviously there's been a lot of questions. Nobody has seen it for a while, but it's just a nice clean daily.
Yeah, it's ugly on the outside for now.
Yeah, we'll get the outside.
It's definitely uglier day one, that's for sure.
We'll get the outside looking better. Get a new freaking windshield, please.
Did you say something about a windshield?
Yeah.
I couldn't hear you over this, Jack.
I know, it's loud. Wingless.
Yes.
I don't know if we said anything about that, but his old wing is for sale. So if any of you want to buy a $350
Trunk and wing
setup,
There it is.
there it is, ready to go. We both like the wingless look. I did the little duck bill on my car, but that was actually my factory trunk. And these are rare in the sense of this is a 2.5 RS trunk that never has had any holes drilled on it. A lot of the WRXs and the 2.5 RSs had that pizza dish wing that's really ugly. And that's why I always held on to this trunk, because absolutely no holes. And it's just a clean trunk. It's done in dry carbon, so looks good.